I was almost trafficked with my best friend. Trigger warning. This happened around 2018. For context, a buddy of mine, we'll call him KG, used to be the ladies' man of our friend group, and it wasn't uncommon for him to want to go meet up with somebody during the night. This night in particular was no different. Some girl messaged him on a dating app inviting him to come hang out. He said he was with a friend but would be free in a few hours. She said, "No problem, just bring him with, we can all smoke and just hang out." I was fine with it, and she gave KG the address. The place was an apartment about an hour away, so we got in the truck and headed over. The drive was 30 minutes down the highway, followed by 45 minutes of nothing but gravel roads and fields. I distinctly remembered we joked about how it felt like we were in an alternate dimension. Zero light, no houses, and I don't remember seeing a speed limit or stop sign for most of the drive. Once we arrived, it was extremely ominous. A single yellow light hung over a single apartment building that probably only had about 3 units. The place looked old and borderline abandoned. The girl, who I'll call Emma, was standing out there waiting for us. I couldn't make out any features, as all I saw from the car was a silhouette. We got out and she let us inside. KG seemed uncomfortable when he saw her, but was playing it off. I noticed she was considerably older than us and was not the type KG would normally go for. To be entirely honest, she looked cracked out. Her face was covered in the marks you see when stimulant users obsessively pick their faces. Regardless, we get in her apartment and shit was off immediately. The place was bare. A single couch lined with plastic and TV sat in the living room, and the kitchen cabinets were all empty and many were just open. For some reason, I also remember Bob's Burgers playing at an ungodly volume on the TV. She had a couple blunts already rolled up, and I got to breaking down our share to roll. She offered us white box wine and said it was all she had. She poured 3 glasses, and I knocked back about half of it before almost gagging at a chemical taste. I didn't say anything. I don't like wine as is, and only accepted it because I was thirsty, and she said her tap water wasn't safe to drink. I figured it was just really cheap and didn't want to be rude. KG drank his, and we got to smoking and talking. Once she got up to go to the bathroom, KG whispered to me that he got catfished and showed me the profile with an obviously different girl's photos. I asked if we should go, and he said she was probably just insecure and that he still wants to hang out and see where things go. She got back and insisted on another blunt, specifically the one she rolled. We kept talking, and I noticed she seemed to be getting antsy and shorter in her responses. Kept being very flirtatious with the both of us as well, saying we'd be a lot more comfy if we went in her room. I also noticed I was beginning to feel strange. Not the fun strangeness of THC, but the ominous feeling that I was losing control of my muscles and having a hard time thinking or talking. KG was basically melted in the couch, but still carrying on talking to her. I looked in my glass and noticed powdery gunk collecting at the top. I felt sick and stumbled to the bathroom. The bathroom was disgusting. I sat down on the side of the tub and tried to figure out what the heck was happening. I was convinced we'd been drugged, but kept telling myself I was just greening out and being paranoid, despite that not being normal for me. I eventually lost track of time and place in there. Luckily, I was smart enough to lock the door. At some point, I walked out to see the living room empty and heard groaning in the other room. I knocked on the door and got no answer. I blacked out on the couch again and only came to after hearing shuffling and seeing KG bust out of the room half naked and Emma following him. I stood up and she looked stone-faced. KG didn't say anything and stumbled fast out the door. I didn't need to be convinced and followed quickly. The entire walk back to the car, she followed us, not running or yelling, just walked with us, seemingly waiting for us to fall. Somehow in his drugged-up state, KG got the car going and we peeled off. I don't remember much after that, but we both woke up the next afternoon, parked at a church in the middle of nowhere. Both of us had pounding headaches, and KG said after I went in the bathroom, she pulled him up and helped him into the bedroom, whispering how we were hers forever and that we never had to worry about anything ever again. He knew this was bad, but in his haze, couldn't stand or yell for me. We drove home silently. I didn't see KG for a while after that, and when I did, we never spoke of it again. Moral of the story? Just because you aren't alone doesn't mean you're safe. Just because you're a man doesn't mean you're safe. If you feel something is off, don't wait to get out of there, and for the love of God, don't drink anything you didn't see poured. Sorry if this story is a bit of a downer or if it's inappropriate. The memory has never left my mind. It was awful and terrifying, but also surreal and almost feels like a dream. KG said that luckily I knocked at the perfect time and she didn't get what she wanted out of him, and the knock brought him back to momentary awareness. Things could have been a lot worse, but I will never forget what happened in the apartment in the fields.
Subscribe
to the human condition.